Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Insecticides India Limited Q2 FY21 earnings conference call, hosted by Prabhudas Lilladher Private Limited. Before we begin, I would like to mention that certain statements in this call could be forward-looking in nature and are subject to risk and uncertainties, which could cause actual results to differ materially from those anticipated. Such statements are based on the management's belief as well as assumptions made by information currently available to management. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Prashant Biyani from Prabhudas Lilladher Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of Prabhudas Lilladher, I welcome you all to Q2 FY21 earnings call of Insecticides India Limited. I would like to thank the management of Insecticides India for taking out time for today's con call. From the management side, we have Mr. Rajesh Agarwal, the Managing Director, and Mr. Sandeep Agarwal, the CFO. First, I will request Mr. Rajesh Agarwal ji to discuss about the company's results and key industry highlights for quarter 2, and then we can start with Q&A. Rajesh ji, if you can take it forward.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Rajesh Agarwal, MD Insecticides India Limited. I again take this opportunity to welcome all the participants to this Q2 conference call. So, as you know, friends, the country received very good rainfalls in the beginning of this Q2, and the expectation from Kharif season were very, very high. But somehow it was a continuous rainfall, and many of the areas of the country suffered, particularly the eastern zone, due to heavy floods, particularly eastern UP, Bihar, Assam, and other northeastern states. And then there was again flood-like situation in the dry crop areas of central India, like many areas of MP, Maharashtra. They suffered due to excessive rainfalls, and this excessive rainfall continued firstly in North India and western part of the country, and then also in southern zone. So what happened was that many of the sprays which were about to happen, they got missed. So despite of having good rainfall, the opportunity to use pesticides lowered a little. So we can say there was a loss, but still it was a good season, I would say. Coming down to the company's performance in this quarter, a decent quarter, full of challenges, because there was lack of movement of the people. The scare was there across. We had to face in the plants, in the fields, because the people were not able to work the way they used to. The people who used to travel in 5 days in a week, they were hardly traveling for 3-4 hours. So they could not cover long distances and could not touch base with the customers. So there were challenges that we were not able to contact our retailers the way we do, somewhere even the distributors, and of course our ultimate customer, farmer. It was difficult to contact him all through. So we were using social media. We were trying to organize smaller meetings nearby to the headquarters of the people, but still that was a challenge. But despite of such challenging situations, the boys have done a wonderful job, and we have registered a total sales of about 456 crores in Q2 of FY21, which shows a decline of 9.4%. And if you look at the brand sales, there is an overall decline of about 15%, with Maharatna declining by 4% and other brand products by 25%. The institutional sale and export has increased a little by 9% and 5%. And if you look at the overall revenue, the primary focus of this season, because I believe that this is not a normal year. This COVID situation has come for the first time actually, and it's not the highway to run on the full speed. So our focus was more on cash sales and higher collections. And I'm very, very thankful for my team that they took this challenge in these difficult times when selling was difficult, collection was difficult. They have collected everything what they have sold. I mean to say, like, we are working on cash and carry basis. We are trying to sell the product on small credit in certain areas, and despite of that, we are able to touch this 90% plus type of sales in these difficult circumstances. If you look at the EBITDA is 58 crores, with margin of about 12.7%, and PAT margin has come to 41%, with the percentage is 9%. The profitability of this quarter is subdued due to the challenges which were there in the markets and also the challenging conditions of COVID. But despite of that, there are certain positive aspects which I would like to highlight. So we focused on working capital management, and as a result, the overall cash conversion cycle has come reduced to 115 days in half one of FY21 from 184 days in FY20. I would repeat, the overall cash conversion cycle has come down to 115 days in the first half of the year in comparison to last year, which was 184 days. The company has generated robust cash from operations, which amounts to almost 156 crores. Our total debt has reduced by 128 crores in the first half in this, and we have generated a cash surplus of about 80 crores in the end of September 2020. In light of these strong cash flows, the board of directors have also announced a dividend of about 20% in this year, interim dividend. So here I would like to tell you that, in my opinion, this was not the correct time to move very aggressively into the market, but rather to strengthen our production capabilities and be ready for the time when the markets open up and we are ready with the product. So with that in mind, we have about 10 new products which are going to come into the next fiscal and in second half of this year. So we are not going to delay these launches. As we back the registration, we will try to be ready for these products and would like to do the trial launch in this year itself so that we start getting the advantages. So it was to do 10 launches, out of which 3 good launches have come in, which I would like to name in quarter 2 of FY21. They are Master Stroke, Dominant and Mahir. So these new products has contributed about 10.6%, 10.6 crores to the total sales, and Dominant is receiving a very good response from the farmer. This is a very good product for BPH in paddy and also for sucking pest in cotton, and we are very, very hopeful that this will multiply in the next year. So in the first half, we have launched about 5 products, and we are expecting to launch many more in the second half of this year, and we'll continue this spree because I believe with the movement of Make in India, we should be able to bag more registrations, and most of these products are very interesting products which will be coming out of our R&D and through our Japanese partners. So we are very, very confident that we will have many big products in the second half of this year, and particularly giving the effects in the new fiscal. But I have devoted this time in setting up the plant and making investing in the plants to make this for the synthesis as well as the formulation. Sandeep ji, thoda silent rakhiye. So now I would like to talk about Thymet, which is our flagship brand, and you are aware that we have not sold Thymet this year. But the good news is I launched Lethal Granules this year. Lethal is another flagship brand, and we launched the granules, and we received a very, I would say, tremendous response for Lethal Granules in this fiscal. And looking at that, we'll be multiplying the sales of Lethal Granules in the second half of this year and of course the next year. And along with this, we are also planning to launch 2 new products. Tadaki. Tadaki is a product which is another granule and which will be coming from our partners OAT Japan. We wanted to launch it early, but now it is coming on this Diwali. So in the month of November, we are bringing this product to the market, and I'm very, very hopeful to achieve a good success. And then there is one more product which is cleared by CIB-RC, but I'm preparing for the technical manufacture. First time this technical will be manufactured in the country, and we'll be launching this product in the last quarter of this fiscal. So I mean to say, with 3, these Lethal, Tadaki, Supremo, we will be able to compensate Thymet in full in the coming fiscal itself. So next year itself, I believe that we'll be able to make 100% whatever we have lost in Thymet So that will be made good by these three products only, which out of which one lethal is already launched, Talasi will be launched in November, and the Supremo will come in the next 3 to 4 months time. So the conclusion is that the commitment to drive the growth and profitability, as we have strengthened our capital structure, we are now well positioned to launch new innovative molecules and improve product mix and head towards the era of growth and higher profitability. So the idea is like we are working on strengthening the manufacturing facilities in both the synthesis unit at both the locations in Rajasthan and Gujarat. So we are trying to be ready that as we bag the registrations, we launch these products into the market, and we are also strengthening our formulation base at all the locations in Rajasthan, 2 locations, Gujarat, 2 locations, including SEZ. So we are trying to use this time when we cannot move around in the market in the big way in strengthening our plans. But I'm very, very hopeful that the second half of this year will also be very productive. And overall, during this year, we should be positive both in terms of the top line growth and the bottom line. With this, I thank all the participants. And now I open the house for the questions, please.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The first question is from the line of Rohit Nagraj from Sunidhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity and congrats on making the balance sheet debt free. So a question related to this, that now since the balance sheet is debt free, how are we planning to use the cash flows which will be generated over a period of time? So is it going to be capex focused, or maybe significant amount of this will go to R&D, or what are the plans for the same for the next couple of years? Thank you.
Yes, actually, continuously the expansion is on our way. We had budgeted about 150 crores for 3 years, out of which about 40 odd crores were spent in the next year, and this year again there is a budget of spending 50 crores. And of course, we will be improving our sales numbers. So we need the working capital also. So initially, most of the funds are going to go in capex and working capital. And as R&D is my favorite subject actually, I'm running all my R&D centers in good position, and we are spending decently in these R&D centers and also in the registrations. When I say registrations actually, because it's not easy. I can make a product, but I have to register that product in the country, and then I have to take this registration across the world. So due to this COVID in 4-5 months, the expense reduced are easy, particularly on registration. But still, we have a long queue of products where we are working, and we are trying to take them to the international markets and trying to register more and more products in the country. So my expense of R&D in registrations and also in, I would say, in developing these products will continue actually in all directions. So majorly the expense will be here.
Okay, thanks. And second question is in terms of the exports target, we have indicated that this year will be 100 crores, but probably we may fall short of it. So what is the plan for FY21 and how do we foresee it for FY22? Thank you.
We have not reduced our plan for FY21. It still stands at about 100 crores. We have a lot of orders pending in hand. The international scenario is continuously changing actually. There is shortage of certain molecules which I have to supply. I have got the confirmed order. So we are trying to arrange it actually, and we are trying to work. So I'm not going to reduce the targets of exports at this moment. So the target is to cross 100 crores and we wish to grow continuously. So we have got the targets. So let's look forward how we perform in this quarter actually. Then we'll take a call. Otherwise, I don't want to reduce the targets at this juncture.
And sir, just last question on the guidance front. Last call we had indicated for FY21 we expect to cross 1,500 crores of sales, and we expect better bottom line as well. So how do we foresee after the first half is over? Thank you.
I'll not talk about the number exactly, but I'll say that we'll be positive in top line and bottom line both. So year on year, you'll see the growth in the top line. Still, we are in growth despite of the decline in the quarter, in this fifth quarter. Half year is growth in terms of total sales. In terms of bottom line also, because last year it was subdued, I'm very, very confident that there is no risk of that type this year actually, and we should be positive. So I'm still hopeful.
Thanks a lot. Best of luck and Diwali wishes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for Diwali wishes.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Kunal Sabnis from VEC Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. Sir, I wanted to understand this new strategy on the sales, cash sales front, right? So what does cash sales exactly mean? I mean, does that mean absolutely no credit, or is there cash discount for debtors to pay off? And if you could compare that with what was the policy last year, I mean, that will help me understand this strategy better.
Generally, there are distributors who will buy on cash and there are distributors who buy on credit. So the people who buy on credit, sometimes they buy in 120 to 150 days. So the payment cycle goes big. So this year we have tried to control that payment cycle and try to limit that within 120 days. And in many areas we are pushing cash sales. So we are trying to move certain states to cash and carry 100%. And we have collected very well across the markets actually. And we have tried to curb the credit type of distributors. So at many places we are not supplying material if they are not paying in time actually. And if they are delaying more than 90 days, or we have given a relaxation up to 120 days, but we are trying to curb it. So I mean to say, we have brought down the credit days overall in our system, and we are trying to push the cash sales actually. Cash sales means cash and carry. Of course, when you get cash, you have to offer them the CD. So that CD always exists, but still we are trying to convert the market into cash market. There was a last year, I wanted to be debt free, but this year the reason is in the COVID environment, to collect late is very, very tough because many people are suffering from COVID. My distributors, my dealers, even in certain areas they staff. So the risk is very, very high. So I didn't want to take that type of big risk in the market. So to reduce the risk, we have converted the market into cash and carry.
Right. So as a proportion of your revenue, could you share that what proportion of your revenue could be on cash and carry, and how much would that be in first half last year?
I can say 50-50. 50% will be cash and carry, more than 50%, or maybe 60%. Sandeep will be able to tell it later more better. But more than 50% of the business would be cash and carry, in my opinion.
And that would be substantially higher than what was it last year, I guess?
Yeah, of course. It's all time high.
Got it. And does that mean that your debtors going forward will basically trend lower as a proportion of sales based on if 50-60% is on cash and carry?
Yes. Like if I talk about the second half of the year, generally in second half our collection is more than our sales. So if I follow that, yes, the debtors will be lower and our collections will be better.
Got it. If you could give a sense on the margins going forward, now your strategy to definitely has impacted your margins a little bit. Now, if we look for, say, next 4 to 6 quarters, do you expect to revert back to the similar strategy of higher credit and higher margins, or how should we look at the reduced margin in last couple of quarters to trend going forward?
I got your question actually. We'll have to divide it into 2 parts. For this fiscal, I don't see any dramatic improvement in the margins actually. So they will remain at this level and they'll grow a little. So last year, second half, there was a decline. So that decline is not going to happen. This will grow. So overall, this year, it will grow. If we're talking about the next years, like next fiscal. So for that, we are focusing to replace our product range. So it's a continuous effort to bring the innovative products to the market actually, and I wanted to bring a lot of them this season itself, but they got delayed. So I'm very, very confident to bag these registrations in the second half of this year, and once the registrations come in, so I'll be doing the trial launches in the market, and this means that our product will be ready for next year Kharif. So if we are able to launch these big products into the market, this will give a dramatic hike to the company because we'll be taking these molecules to the farmer, actually new generation products with higher margins, of course. So I see that despite of our policy of cash, our product profitability will not shrink further. Actually, it will show an improvement.
Got it. So 15 to 16% margin is possible in the following year, or that would be a
I'll not give numbers. It will depend on the registrations we bag and the products we launch and the timing of the product. But it will start showing the improvement. So I've not planned exact numbers for the next year yet. So it will be a little difficult actually. But yes, I think by December our planning journey is complete. We do the planning. So before the festival, we'll start our planning and we'll be able to share the numbers in the next call. Actually, I believe better.
Got it. And lastly, one related question. The Nuwan inventory, is it all over or it's still some is remaining?
My internal target is to finish everything in November. So we are just left with a small inventory. I think we should be able to finish it by November itself.
Sure. That's helpful, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Bhaskaran S., shareholder. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I think I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank the management of the company for showing a very decent and very good performance compared to last quarter, number one. And I also had the benefit of hearing the management's version of what is going to be there in the future. I observed that there are a lot of positive things are going to happen in the future also. So I'm very glad about the results as well as the plan of the company in future. But I have two questions which is related to the last quarter's results. In the last quarter results, there was a mention about fraud and the company has filed a police complaint against its own employees. And they've also provided an exceptional item of expense of 10 crores out of total involved receivable of 20 crores, isn't it? So I would like to know what is the current status of those cases, whether the company has recovered anything, and what is happening to the remaining 10 crores also, how the company is going to do it. And such type of what is the control mechanism the company has implemented or being implemented to prevent such occurrence of fraud in future? Because 20 crores is a large amount, isn't it? Yeah, this is my first question.
Okay. Yes, we had suffered a fraud actually, and the fraud happens when you have a lot of confidence. So this was the old team, I would say the team of the head of business who was the major culprit actually. He was working with me for more than 20 years from the inception of the company. So I never believed that this person could do anything actually. And the heads and all the people were very, very old, including the distributors. So yes, this happened actually. I would say it was a one-off thing which happened with us. And we filed a case against these people. So the 3 people are still under arrest, including the 2 staff who were the main culprits actually, and 1 distributor. So the complaint was filed for about 16-17 people. And police is about to file the charge sheet. I've heard that they have filed the charge sheet yesterday, but we have not yet received the copy. But they have not arrested more than 3 people as yet. Out of balance people, we have made 3 settlements so far. And the contracts are signed to get the money. They have issued us PDC, and they are going to honor those PDC, or they are going to send the RTGS for those payments. So these agreements are signed for worth about, the settlement is about 4 crores, I believe. And the discount which we have given is to the tune of about 60-70 lakhs. So these 3 contracts are signed so far. And the people are there in court, the people are there in the police cases filed. So still the legal battle is on. And we are trying to do more settlements actually. So as the we get the opportunity, we would like to settle the things as early as possible. So we are working on that. So we believe that there may be a hit. For that, we have taken a provision. But I think that we should be able to make better recovery out of this. So as the things progress, we'll keep posted, actually, keep everybody posted.
And what is the systems you have introduced or being introduced to prevent such occurrence?
Okay. So we have done two things. One is we have adopted control mechanism and we have strengthened our controls. I mean to say that we have stopped, number one, the credit period is we have reduced, credit limits we have reduced, and there are multiple checks from finance and also from the auditors now. And auditors have given certain suggestions actually, which we are going to implement soon. So many things we are doing actually in this direction. Our internal auditors, our statutory auditors, and our team all are working actually. We are trying to introduce more tougher maker-checker policy. Like we are trying to strengthen our security systems, and also the indulgence of finance department more into sales. I mean to say in checking of papers, in multiple checking of papers, in LR verification, because the problem that came in Chhattisgarh, and Chhattisgarh got an escape because this what is the system of the waybill was not there in Chhattisgarh, and from all other states there is waybill actually. So there could be advantage of this situation actually, which we didn't realize. And we are working, and we are trying to so far we are telling about the balances of the party once the invoice is raised. But now we are trying to build in a system wherein we'll be able to inform the party as the money is dispatched. So there will be multiple level information to party through mail, through SMS, and there will be controls in the market actually. And we are trying to check these e-way bills and invoices multiple times actually, on monthly basis. So the audit thing is also strengthened along with the marketing part. So we are trying to adopt the measures so that this type of fraud does not repeat.
Sir, I am very much glad that you are taking the steps, because the fraud is not actually, it's a double-edged. One, it is a loss of reputation and loss of money also. So
immediately the complaint was filed and the people were put behind bars. It was just to the important part is monetary loss is there actually, and it is the public money. But at the same time, the reputation is very, very important, because we are always working across the country and extending so much credit to people. So one incident can lead to multiple incidents actually. But we had to set an example. So we have not taken any relaxation, and we have filed complaints against all the distributors. They are absconding today. Police is not able to arrest them, but we are working on that.
I am very glad, sir. One small question. I observed that in the balance sheet, you have a cash balance of around close to 80 crores and a short-term borrowing of around 56 crores at the end of 39. Do you have any plans to make the nil borrowing, short-term borrowing, or you will have the facility only and you will not borrow?
And this time I don't think we'll need to borrow actually, because we'll be sitting on hard cash. We are investing in the expansion, but that investment is very slow. Like 50 crores this year, 50 crores next year will be enough to cover all my expansion budget. So at this moment, at this juncture, I don't see any need of any borrowing actually.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best. All the best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Rohit Nagraj from Sunidhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the follow-up, sir. So how has been the trend in terms of the procurement of materials from China, both in terms of intermediates as well as technicals, and overall import situation and the pricing? Thank you.
Actually, the country's policy, as you know, is to, I would not say stop, but at least restrict imports from China. So a lot of problems are coming into the imports. During this quarter itself, there are a lot of shipments were delayed actually. And then again, in last 1 month, there has been a lot of problems at customs actually to many importers. who are importing the technicals or who are doing, I would say, high fees transactions. So there were some issues. So overall, I would say the policy of the government is to restrict China and to do more Make in India. So we buy that actually, and we generally don't import any technicals from China. Just sometimes for exports, when we are doing import for export. So in those cases, we buy some technicals. Otherwise, we are basically importing the intermediates and making the technicals in-house from these intermediates. For these intermediates also, we are trying to work out that for some of our major products, we can do the backward integration so that we can avoid the import of raw materials also. So we are working on that direction for 2-3 products, and I believe that when my expansion of this phase of expansion will complete, we will make the intermediate for at least 3 more products actually, and we will be like reducing the imports for these products. So with the we are doing the expansion with 2 things in mind. Number 1, to introduce newer products. Number 2, to do the backward integration in certain products so that we can compete better in the international markets.
Thanks. So, but how has been the pricing trend? I mean, have we seen the prices increase in Q2 and in the recent past, like last 1.5 months?
Yeah, the trend is very, very tricky actually. So it's always a cycle up and down. So it was reducing in Q2, but in last 1.5 months, the trend is reversed. All the prices are going up again actually. So that's the situation.
Thanks. And so one just clarification on capex plan. So we have this 110 crores of capex over next 2 years, which is including FY21 and 22. So how it is phased, and whether part of that plan will be commissioned earlier than the entire capex. So do we have some facilities which should be utilized for FY22, or the entire capex will come at one go? Thank you.
We are expanding it majorly at 3 locations, and if you look at all minor expansions also, then we are expanding at 5 locations. So nothing will be at one go. So there will be things which are coming in phases, because we have already started utilizing some parts of that capex, but not majorly. So everything is lined up. So some plants will be completed in this fiscal, some plants will go into next year. So the biggest expansion is in Dahej basically, which is going to take some time. It will go into the next fiscal also, because it's a bigger plant for the technical synthesis. So it will be phased actually, I would say. So I can say my HCZ phase 2 will be completed in this fiscal. Chopanki technical plant will also get completed in this fiscal. Chopanki formulation facility small expansion will get completed into this fiscal. The Dahej technical plant will get completed in next fiscal, so it will be little in your terms the expense will come in the next year. So whenever we buy something, we pay some advances and some payments go later. So we may book the expense, but we may not have paid them in full actually. So some payment will go to the next year also, because the things will be coming in the January, February, March. So that may get paid in April, May. Whatever the other machines are coming in April, May, June. So that will get paid. So I'm not sure about this year's expense. It will be 50 crores, 60 crores, 70 crores. But this 100 odd crores will get distributed in 2 years.
Thanks a lot, and best of luck, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of S.A. Narayan from Capricorn Research. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Rajesh, while I appreciate your business performance and approach, and I'm glad that you've been able to get on with a cash and carry business and release cash. Are you getting the benefit of purchases in, say, in cost of goods? Are you able to buy now a little cheaper now that you can afford to pay cash?
At certain places, yes. At many other places, like I'll not say that opportunity is striking in such a great way, because like particularly the government policy has also changed, and now MSME suppliers, we have to pay in 45 days compulsorily. So that has come as a burden, and you don't get much cash benefit out of MSME. But you have to pay them within 45 days. So other large suppliers, yes, many places we are getting the benefit. And, I would say it's mixed actually. So, but yes, we are open for CD schemes. We have already floated the CD schemes, and any vendor can come in and he can get the bills discounted from us. So we are offering that. We are trying to push cash sales actually, but cash purchases also. But we have not received the benefit in a big way that we should have actually. But maybe due to the COVID situation also, the things got disturbed. But now, yes, we should start getting that benefit.
So this approach to business has not added to our profitability either on the buy side or on the sell side.
So far, I can say in the COVID times, yes. You may be true partially.
Okay. Second thing is a minor one, but with a request to implement. Your website is quite outdated. There are several things.
Yes, I understand. My new website is delayed a little due to this COVID situation, but the launch is expected very soon. So you'll see a new website before we talk next time actually. That is for sure.
Great, because it's making it difficult for us to do a trend analysis. So if you can
point out the correct thing, that is the weakness on our part actually. Somehow the team is trying, but somehow they got stuck. But maybe they can launch it very soon, but still ask for 2 months time. So it will come in this calendar year. The new website should be launched in this calendar year.
All the best to you and happy Diwali.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prashant Biyani from Prabhudas Lilladher. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. There was some news of import controls from China or even government planning to introduce PLI scheme for AgChem. Any timeline, which you are kind of hearing by when these measures can be introduced, if government has any plan to introduce?
Actually, government plans sometimes take a long time. So you don't know the timeline, but at least the government is thinking in this direction. This is very, very positive. So we are quite hopeful that as and when the government gets the opportunity, they should implement this for the betterment of the country. And yes, we wish to see more Make in India with the benefits coming in. There are restrictions already which many of the companies are facing, which are major importers. Somehow, luckily, we have not faced any such problem during last 2 months, but I know the people are very panicky. So situation is difficult, but I would say it's the opportunity to make in India, and we would love to do that.
Okay. And how is the Rabi season looking like till now, sir?
Rabi season is decent actually, quite decent. The water availability is there due to the excessive rainfall, whatever happened before Diwali, before Dussehra. So, rather I should say before the Navratris, because it rained also before Navratris. After Navratris, the rains are not there. So, there is water availability. So, there are no issues with the Rabi season. So, expectations are decent.
Okay. And sir, while your SEZ phase 2 and Sopanki technical and formulation plant will start this financial year itself, but can we expect some benefit in quarter 3 or quarter 4 in terms of higher revenue from these plants?
I'm not sure about that actually, because timeline and because this is the low part of the season, because it starts in what capacity when. So that's a little question mark. So not sure, but yes, it will be contributing a little. But the real benefit should be visible in the next quarter, in the next year actually. So we may start manufacturing and stocking something, and something may sell also. So that will definitely help actually. But giving numbers may be difficult at this moment.
Okay. And lastly, sir, can we get the breakup from Sandeep of B2B sales, B2C sales?
Yeah, yes. That all the breakups can be made available actually. We have, I've also already mentioned the some of the points actually, but Sandeep can give more details. Like Maharatnas have dropped by 4%. Institutional sale has gone up by 9%. Export has gone up by 5%.
Okay.
So these figures are shared, but Sandeep, we can of course give the details.
You can share with the email also so that I will reply accordingly.
Sure. Okay, sir.
So, Prashant, if you can raise a question, so we can reply. It will be for everybody's benefit.
Sure. I'll do that, sir. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. As there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you very much for supporting us all the time. And I would say for supporting us in these tough times. These are the COVID times, really difficult. But with God's grace, we are keeping ourselves running, the plants, the market, everywhere. And despite of the COVID challenges, though we have our performance has dropped a little in this quarter, but overall in the half one, it is reasonable, and I believe that in the half two we'll beat last year performance, so that we are positive both in top line and bottom line. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Prabhudas Lilladher Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.